Let's quickly talk about a fellow partner in crime, the blue side of London, and we're talking about Chelsea here. This is another side who actually fell short. 2 goals to nothing. It ended over the past weekend against Everton Football Club. Everton, at some point, looks as though they are bound for relegation, but the tides have really changed now over the past couple of games.
Yeah.
Well, what can we really attribute? Oh, I don't, at some point we used to discuss on the show. I can say now we've run short of words to describe Chelsea problems on this podcast. Trust me, we don't know what to say about them again.
Yeah.
So I would ask you the same question I asked you about Manchester United. What is wrong with Chelsea?
Well, I think personally, I think coaching has not been so great at their end. But if you are looking at it, the long-term project, I think, in my opinion, Chelsea fans might not agree. They might come for me and say, no, what are you saying?
Of course, they should come for you.
Personally, I
because
think
they now know you're a Manchester United
even with their, so-called, I'm not trying to actually buy anybody into anything here. Even with their so-called, not so great performances, they've played better football. At least, even in the matches that they've actually lost, they just run into Everton.
Okay, so
they run into an Everton Everton had a good day against
them. So
the
point is,
psychologically,
Chelsea plays better football than Manchester United, right?
Facts.
Wow.
At the moment, they do. I said, I remember the game that Chelsea lost to West Ham. Chelsea were just wasteful in that game.
Manchester United fans out there might not want to buy into your opinion about Chelsea playing better football than Manchester United.
If there's a word that United are frauding their ways to win. Look at the win against Nottingham Forest. It's like a farce, and you're just winning. And now, when they came against a well-drilled Bournemouth, we saw the result. And I just think that on the day against Everton, Chelsea ran into a very, very good drilled side. Not only, also mentally, psychologically. Everton knew that it was a big boost for them as soon as they beat Newcastle, and they were out of the bottom four already. So coming to Goodison against Chelsea, they could replicate that format, and they actually did. And if you watch the game immediately, Chelsea did not play so badly, but they could not take their chances. The likes of Kopama, Raheem Sterling, Nicholas Jackson, who's actually been culprit this season for missing a lot of chances, who could have probably even made Chelsea, who has spared Chelsea's blushes against United and not lose that game. They were nowhere to be found. They could not take their chances, and eventually Everton defended well, stick to their game plan, and they actually won the game.
Out the win. Of course, let's quickly talk about another side who actually did fantastically well for themselves over the weekend. And that's talking about Girona having a fairy tale of a season in the La Liga Santander. Of course, they did one over FC Barcelona, of all teams, away from home at the Camp Nou Stadium over the weekend. 2-4. It ended in favor of high-flying Girona. Now, are we seeing a sort of miracle, just like we saw in the Premier League around 2015, happening in the La Liga this season?
Well, I just feel like Girona wants to pull a Leicester on us, because really, it has actually gotten to the point that if you go to the Camp now and you score 4 goals, it's actually like a big statement for you. And to be at the summit of the La Liga Santander table at the moment, it's actually a big one. And the only issue I had with Girona is when they lost to Real Madrid, I did not rate them. They lost 3-0.
Well, of course, you won't blame them losing to Real Madrid.
And they lost 3-0. But going to the Camp now, these are the defending champions, don't forget. And to score 4 goals,
that's really a massive
It's a massive boost for them. And of course, Girona are doing very well for themselves. They are high flyers at the moment. And of course, who knows, if they can continue like this and probably open a 6.9 points gap on the big 2 in the La Liga, or probably the big 3, putting Atletico Madrid alongside. Who knows, maybe they could put the Leicester City of 2015-16 on us, and they could actually back the title.
Well, you heard him. It remains to be seen how resolute, unyielding, and weird Girona can actually be against fellow competitors when it comes to clinching the La Liga title for themselves. Of course, football fans, that's the bit we would be able to take on today's installment of the Football Gazette podcast. Until some other times when we'll make it to your screen, do stay good and safe. Peace out.